Well, welcome everyone to the final session of action at the 2017 Scottish Schools Championship, sponsored by Brodies. You join us and the races are off early. It's the very first event though, so you haven't missed any of the action. It's the boys 100 metres backstroke, 13-14 years of age. I'm Paul Noble. I'll be taking you through the action tonight, along with Sandra Ingalls next to me. Evening, Sandra.
Good evening, Paul. Looking forward to a good evening of racing after two super sessions prior to this one.
Well, in this one, I'll just tell you what the lineup is for this one, as they're almost coming to the closing stages here. They've caught us on the hop. Callum Dunn in 1, Rory Grant in 2, Felix Hale in 3, Ewan Curry in 4, Jake Kirkman in 5, and Blair Johnston in lane number 6. And it does look like lane number 5 is going to take this one. The Murray swimmer, possibly, but finishing fast in lane number 3. Felix Hale may just edge it. It's 3 and 5 together. And it is lane 3, 112.40. No, they're quick off the mark tonight, Sandra. They've
certainly
started.
Are. We were just sitting saying 3 minutes to go, and the referee blew her whistle, or his whistle.
Keen to get this final session underway. It's been some good action so far in the previous two sessions. A number of records that we've seen broken this afternoon and this morning, 5 in all, and one that stood for 10 years, and it's gone exactly 10 years to the day, I think. 27th of January 2007.
Well, there you go. It is lovely to see the older records go. You know, whilst it's great to have that bit of history, you want to see the swimming move on, and you know, the young swimmers come into the water and lower these records time and time again. So we're just about to start heat 2. So heat 2 of this boys 13-14-year-old 100 metres backstroke. In lane 1 we've got Jamie Ferguson. In lane 2 Joshua Aspinall. In lane 3 Mark Ford. In 4 Jack Munsey. 5 is Sean Craigmile. And 6 is Kerr Lumsden. So Jack Munsey, who's in lane 4, he's already picked up the gold medal in the 200 back crawl. Sean Craigmile picking up the silver. This is lane 3 at the halfway stage. It is Mark Ford that turns first, 30.70. So he's off to an absolute flying start. The rest of the swimmers very definitely playing catch up here. Jack Munsey turning second, looking to add to that medal tally. But absolutely no doubt about our leader. He's now about 3 or 4 lengths, body lengths clear of the field as he comes down into the last 10 metres and then into the red zone to finish this one off. It's Mark Ford in lane 3. He finishes touching the ball in 103.74. So he'll take the gold. Second place does go to Jack Munsey, and third place goes to lane 5, Sean Craigmile. By that time of 103.74, just as we were saying about those older records, that was a record held by Stuart Gregg, and I do say that in the past tense. 104.02 was the old record. So we have a brand new Scottish Schools champion in a new record time, 103.74. What a way to start the session.
Indeed, Mark Ford there from St Aloysius School. We haven't seen him today. Certain swimmers were only allowed to get to do a certain number of swims, and I think Mark Ford hasn't been swimming today at all. So he's got his 2 swims tonight, and he started off with a bang. He was the record holder in the 12 and under age group 2 years ago, and he started off as a record breaker now in this 13-14 years age group. So well done, Mark Ford. Great way to start here. Boys 15-16 years 100 backstroke. The format of this, of course, there are generally 2 heats or 1 heat, and if it is 2 heats, it will be the combined times of the 2 heats. So it's heat declared winners, if you like. So this heat will be racing against the one to follow, and the fastest times from both will take the medals, of course. So we're missing 1 swimmer here, but we do have Jamie Ferguson in lane 1 from last week. Joshua Aspinall from Watson's in 2. Sorry, that's the previous one. I'll catch up with myself eventually. Liam McLaughlin from Gillespie's in 1. Alexander Harris in 2. Archie Quillen in 3 from Robert Gordon's. Conor Logan in 4. No swimmer in 5, and Craig Yardley from St Mungo's. So it is the swimmer in lane number 4, Connor Logan from Ross Hall Academy. The way these are seeded, of course, lane 3 generally the fastest swimmer in terms of the seeded times, but look at this race, 4 swimmers all in a row here. It could go absolutely anywhere. Oh, and it is lane 4, 106.25 for the swimmer in lane number 4, and that was Connor Logan. And Liam McLaughlin had a great finish there. Lane number 1, the Gillespie swimmer, and 106.25 for the winner, 106.39 for second position, and close for third and fourth, 106.76 for Alexander Harris and 106.79 for Archie Quillen. We've seen some close races today, Sandra.
We have, and we've also seen swimmers from the first heat picking up medals. We've had a couple of swimmers pick up a couple of bronze medals from the first heat, so it is important for those first heat swimmers, although they're not in the fastest heat, they can very definitely end up on the podium. So we're going on to the second heat of the 15-16-year-olds. Again, an empty lane. Lane 2's empty. But I'll give you the rest of the start list to get us going for this one. In lane 1, we've got Ryan Robertson. In lane 3, Keir Edgar. In 4, Ian Lovey. In 5, Callum Chittaborough. And in lane 6, Fraser Wilson. So we've already seen the boys in the centre lanes. Keir Edgar in 3 and Ian Lovey in 4. They fought it out in the 200 backstroke. Ian Lovey getting the better of Keir Edgar on that occasion. Again, we'll keep our eyes fixed on the pool to see what happens here. And at the turn, 30.58, it was Keir Edgar. It's actually got his head ahead this time. Good turn from him. He's come up almost a body length ahead of the rest of the field. Going nicely in 1, that's Ryan Robertson from the Glasgow School of Sport. Well, it's really not very much to choose from. All the swimmers, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th. But our leader, he's out in front. Clear water between him and that chasing pack. Keir Edgar, super swim here from him as he comes in to the last 5. Hits the wall in 101.67. He takes the gold to add to his already silver. 2nd place goes to Callum Chittaborough in lane 5. And 3rd place in lane 1, that was Ryan Robertson.
Yeah, good swim there, 101.67, the final time there for Keir Edgar.
So close for 2nd and 3rd, 103.33 to 103.64, and 0.2 away from a medal was lane 4 Ian Lovey, who won the 200 back, but just out the medals this time, Paul.
Yeah, tight margins as we've seen all throughout the day. We've had a couple of dead heats, one for gold, and a couple of dead heats. There's been a couple of swim-offs as well for the youngsters to try and make the final. It's not going to be a problem tonight because they're all heat declared finals, so no swim-offs for us to enjoy. This is the one and only heat of the boys, 17-19 years, 100 metres backstroke. Looks like we have the full lineup here. Lawrence Campbell from Jordan Hill in 1, Joe Watt from Glasgow School of Sport in 2, Scott Gibson in 3 from Castle, Kyle Pate from Lochgelly in lane number 4, Lewis McLeod Stranraer in 5, and Charlie Smith from North Berwick High School, he goes in lane number 6. So Scott Gibson starting off very well from Mearns Castle. We saw a couple of the Mearns Castle swimmers take gold first thing this morning. Let's see if we're going to have another one here. This is the one and only heat. It's a straight final. Scott Gibson coming home now, looking very, very good indeed. The record is 59.00. It's going to be tough for Scott Gibson to challenge that one. Well, it's a record that stood for a couple of years. Chris McComb taking that one as the clock ticks over. And just in 59 seconds, 59.52. So just half a second outside that record time. Well, Scott Gibson will take that one from lane number 3 in second position. It was a close one, but Kyle Pate from Lochgelly gets another medal to his name, and another medal as well for Joe Watt from Glasgow School of Sport in third position. Well, do you think we can draw breath now after these races?
I'll draw breath from the racing and of course straight to the presentations of the backstroke events. So seeing a few swimmers there just picking up, maybe picked up a silver in the longer event and then picking up the bronze in the shorter event and vice versa. Of course they are only allowed to do 2 swims in the Scottish Schools Championships, and one of them has to be greater than 100.
Yeah, so we see people like Mark Ford just swimming his 2 swims tonight, so he's had all day to rest potentially. And there is Mark Ford there in top of the medal podium. Looks like it is Sean Craigmile from Windigool School.
Fantastic name, love that one. Probably my favourite school name.
Well, there was Thrumster early on, I quite like that one.
No, I'll stick with my Windigool.
Oh, okay. Kinross High School, Jack Munsey, silver medal this time. And Mark Ford from St Aloysius. And a new school's record time for Mark Ford. Great stuff there for Mark Ford. He looks delighted with that, doesn't he? Big, massive smile on his face. The other two don't look quite so delighted there, as they have been beaten into second and third position by the young man in the centre. Great swim from Mark Ford. Looking forward to seeing him in a little while in the 200 metres butterfly. So bit of a change there. 100 backstroke, stepping up to 200 butterfly a little bit later on the session.
So we now have the 15, 16-year-olds coming up to collect their medals. In the 15 and 16-year-old age group, it was Ryan Robertson from the Glasgow School of Sport that picked up the bronze. And the silver medalist was Callum Chittleborough from Edinburgh Academy. And then Dollar Academy's Keir Edgar. He's our gold medalist and our Scottish Schools champion for 2017. Good race there as well. Keir picking up the silver in the longer event. So not bad for a day's work, going home with 2 medals, one of each different colour in his pocket.
Yeah, looks happy with his pace work, and the other man will be happy. His work so far with Scott Gibson. Great time there from Scott Gibson, 59.52, very close to his entry time. Kyle Pate, Joe Watt, and Scott Gibson taking a gold medal. Another man very happy with his swim, Scott Gibson. The Mems Castle swimmers this morning, all based in East Kilbride. Scott Gibson, another one of these local swimmers, benefiting from swimming in his local pool here.
So a lot of the swimmers in training this morning, just as per normal, just taking this event in their stride. Probably were in the pool, putting in a session as well last night. So working towards the greater end rather than just for the odd competition here and there. So we now move on, and we've got the girls 13-14 200 metres butterfly. Have the 2 heats, and this first heat is off and away in the water. I'll let you know who's in the lanes. We've got lane 1 is Lauren Patterson. In lane 2 we've got Morven Lister. In lane 3 is Emma McPartland. In 4 Lauren Chalmers. In 5 Skyle Mulholland. And in lane 6 Katie Wardrop. So as they go down the first 50 of this 200, it's lane 2. Morven Lister. She's the one that touches first, 33.92 being her split. Second place, lane 1. So again, it's the balcony side of the pool who are setting off with purpose down this 4 length of butterfly. Very little to choose from second, third, fourth and fifth though. Those girls, as they go past the 15 metre mark, very much in a line. But we do have a clear leader. It'll be all about pacing it. And she's gone out hard and is going to try and hold on, or whether that's feeling nice and easy and continue through the 4 lengths of fly. So first the turn, 1:13.39 being the time. That's Morven Lister from Woodmill.
Lister now being caught by Swimmer just one lane inside. Emma McPartland coming back into contention. Lauren Chalmers from Eastwood as well, trying to catch up with Morven Lister. As you said, Sandra, a bit of a balancing act in this 200 metres butterfly. You've got to try and time it just right here. Don't go out too fast because it's a long way back in this second 100. Morven Lister, well, she's feeling the pace a little bit. The other two inside her, Emma McPartland and Lauren Chalmers, now coming up alongside. But Morven Lister seems to just kicked again there and holding on to that lead now. She's got some company though. Emma McPartland from Auchterarder next door to her with that green cap, and Emma McPartland is trying to get back on terms, but Morven Lister not letting her get there. Morven Lister kicks again as they come in to the final stage of this one. It's an excellent contest between these three swimmers, and it is an excellent swim for Morven Lister, who holds on to take that heat in a time of 2:37.06. An excellent time, 4-second improvement on her entry times, and also Emma McPartland 2:38.00, and in lane 4 Lauren Chalmers 2:38.08. Three excellent times there, Sandra.
It is in a close fight for second and third, but it looked, at some point that Morven Lister was maybe going to get caught. She struggled on that third length, but very much dug deep, and that was a good strong fourth length to finish off that 200.
Was, and set the target for the next heat as well in this 200 metres butterfly. Swimmers in this one, we have Lucy Grieve from Mar College in lane 1, Harry Avesi from Bearsden in lane 2, Rachel Grant from Garnock in lane 3, Anya Slesser from Inverurie in 4, Eve Corrigan from Heriots in 5, and Tony Shaw from Albin School in lane number 6. Well, keep an eye on Tony Shaw. She's a swimmer in the para-swimming events, swims in the S10 class, a swimmer without the use of her hand. She doesn't have a hand on the right hand side, and we'll keep an eye on her time because she is a Scottish record holder, Tony Shaw, in her classification. But out ahead at the moment, Harry Avesi. She's had a couple of good swims already, or one good swim earlier this morning, I should say. Rachel Grant just trying to track her, and also going well, Anya Slesser in lane number 4, all in a diagonal line as they come to the halfway point. The target they've all got to achieve is 2:37.06. You would think that would be within their capabilities, but as they go through the halfway point, it looks like Harry Avesi is just heading Rachel Grant. It's very, very close.
So we have the bronze, silver and gold medalists from the shorter distance. On that occasion it was Anya Slesser that came out on top on the 100 fly. Raya Avesi picked up the silver, and Eve Corrigan was the one that picked up the bronze. But at the moment it's still just no more Raya Avesi that's just hanging on, but coming strongly in lane 4. In lane 3, sorry, is Rachel Grant. She's now right up and alongside. They're going to touch the wall almost simultaneously, and it is lane 3, Rachel Grant, who does just get the touch. 0.26 ahead of our long-time leader, Pariah Vasey. 151.44 is the split that we've got there. This is becoming a real tussle as they come down this final length. Anya Slesser, the gold medalist from the 100, she's trying to get on terms as well. She's coming on strong. And now it's going to be a tussle between lanes 3 and 4. You've got in lane 4, Anya Slesser, the winner of the 100. In lane 3, Rachel Grant. As they come down to the last 10 metres, they are side by. Anya Slesser, I think, is finishing the stronger, and I think it's she that's going to take it. She does. 2:30.01 is the winning time for Anya. Second place went to Rachel Grant, but with the board going black at the moment, that means that something may well be in dispute, so we'll just wait for that result to be confirmed. At the moment, the 1-2 we've got is Anya Slesser taking the gold and Rachel Grant taking the silver. And then Pariah Vasey just behind those two girls. But the referee and starter and judges will be consulting with each other. And hopefully we'll be able to give you that confirmed result, but an excellent swim again with the lead just chopping and changing.
Very, very good indeed. And I thought Anja Slesser would challenge, and that she did, and the result is now confirmed on your scoreboard. Anja Slesser confirmed in first position, Rachel Grant in second, and Paria Vasey in third position. There have been 2 disqualifications. Eve Corrigan and Tony Shaw in 5 and 6 have been disqualified, so not been a good day for Tony Shaw. That's 2 disqualifications that she's had in the butterfly event, so not so good. Eve Corrigan as well. And good swim though, Anja Slesser and Rachel Grant in second position.
So double gold for Anja.
Well, 200 metres butterfly, 15-16 years now. Emma Murray going in lane number 1 for St Margaret's. Lauren Adiman from Preston in 2. Brooke Laurie in 3 from Nairn. Nicola Lees in 4 from Armadale. Jodie Pyman with Peebles in 5. Claire Thompson and Berkeering in lane number 6. So off to a good start, Nicola Lees from Armadale. And she has got very, very strong lead there in the early stages.
Looks a nice long relaxed stroke, that one. And she goes to the first 50 wall.
34.03, and first 4 swimmers on the 34-second mark there, but certainly no doubt about the leader so far. It's Nicola Lees stretching away there, just trying to come back on terms with her. Jodie Pyman in Queensland, but it does look like coming into a halfway point, it's going to be these 2, Nicola Lees and Jodie Pyman, fighting it out for first and second position at the halfway point. Time 1:13.15 for Nicola Lees from Armadale.
We're getting tighter at the front between Nicola in lane 4 and Jodie in 5. And then behind that, lane 1, Emma Murray from St Margaret's. She's sitting 3rd at the moment. And it's getting very, very tight now as Jodie comes up alongside and is swimming past Nicola. And she's going to go to the final turn in the lead. He does. And it's 1:54.65. And already there's a second and a half of a difference between first and second. Just shows you how quick that lead can change. Still 3rd place. Emma Murray hanging on in there for the 3rd place. I don't know that anybody's going to catch her, but Jodie Pyman seems to have managed to get this just judged correctly. She's looking strong as she goes down and into the last 10 metres or so of this 200 fly. She's going to take this one quite comfortably in the end. Last 2 metres and into the wall, touching in 2:35.84. So first place for Jodie, second place goes to Nicola Lees, 2:37.37, and 3rd place was lane 1. That was Emma Murray in 2:41.37.
These results on your scoreboard. That was the first heat of event 305, the 15-16 years of age, 200 butterfly. Could we be on for another record in this one, Sandra, in heat number 2?
Kiana McInnes was absolutely on fire earlier on today. She broke the 100 fly record, so let's see what she can do in the 200. Well, let's go through the whole field. We have in lane 1 Beth Gordon from Belmont Academy. In lane 2 Taylor Finlayson from Gillespie's High. In 3 it's Kiana McInnes from Firhill. In lane 4 it's Serena Guaram from Bearsden Academy. Lane 5 Amy Richardson, Kelso High School. And in lane 6, completing lineup, that's Alex Bonner from Portlethen. Kind of as we expected and predicted. 30.30 is the time that Kiana sets at the 50, and already a body length up from the rest of the girls, and looking so strong and so smooth as she comes down through the 25 and in towards the halfway stage of the 200 fly. It really was a super swim this morning, and we're just seeing another fantastic swim from Kiana.
She absolutely smashed that 100 record, and Serena Wigram in second position, 106.76, but 105.05 for Kiana McInnes at the halfway point. Serena Wigram trying to hold on to the legs of Kiana McInnes there, but she is just struggling because Kiana McInnes looking really, really powerful as she comes up to this final turn. The record that she is looking for is held by Tame Bruce, and that's 219.25. So is she going to be on for that? I think she might be. 141.13, so she could be right bang on schedule for that 219.25. Serena Wigram now being pressed by Taylor Finlayson in lane number 2. But no doubt about who's going to take this one through the 25. Here comes Kiana McInnes now. Is she on her way to her second Scottish Schools record of the day? She's certainly going to win her second title. She's going to match the 100 butterfly with the 200. Is it going to be a record time? It certainly is, I think. Into the final stages, and 2:15.66. The record has been absolutely smashed by 3.5 seconds, and Kiana McInnes does it again. Another fantastic performance from Kiana McInnes, and it was never really in doubt, Sandra, but that was a phenomenal display of 200 butterfly swimming.
Just super. A 36 point for her third 50, and then picks it up again and comes back in a 34.5. You know, just lovely swimming. Just really, really strong, powerful, super swimming.
Oh, it was absolutely superb for Kiana McInnes. Another record time for her, 2:15.66. Serena Wigram in second position, 2:22.39, so that is faster than her entry time, and 2:24.18 for Taylor Finlayson, and a good time for Taylor Finlayson as well, just outside her entry time, but they just couldn't live with the pace of Kiana McInnes. Moving on to the next event, it is the girls 17-19 200 metres butterfly. We have in lane number 1 Bailey Nelson from Tane, Megan Grant from Mackey Academy, Nikki Miller from Mares Castle, Katie Taylor, Linlithgow Academy, Lilia Crossing from Hamilton, and Rebecca Matthewson from St Modens High School. Well, favourite for this one will be the swimmer in the centre lane, that'll be Nikki Miller. Nikki Miller with that entry time of 2:15.50. And the record stands to Meg Finnan in 2:18.13. So if Nikki Miller can get close to her entry time, then she may have a chance of challenging that record. So we've seen some good swims, another kind of a rangy butterfly stroke, very, very long reach at the front there from Nikki Miller in lane number 3. She's carving out a useful lead here. Katie Taylor in second position, real battle for third, Megan Grant and Lilia Cross-Seaman, but leading at the halfway point in a time of 106.56. We could be on for another phenomenal swim here. Nikki Miller this time.
Well, it's certainly looking very close to the time. If we look back to Kiana, Kiana went through in 105.05, so Nikki's just outside that, but as Paul says, 2:18.13 is Meg's record, which was set in 2016. And Nikki's certainly looking strong and smooth as she's coming down and almost completing this third length. Katie Taylor's trying to keep with her, but that gap doesn't look like it's diminishing any. There's about 6 metres between those two swimmers, first and second. 1:42.35 is the split. Again, we're just about a second down on the time set in the younger age group, but that still would take us under this record. So this is looking good for us getting a third record in this evening session. She's just continuing down. Nikki Miller, no break to her stroke. 10 metres to go. Those little yellow markers, sorry, 50 metres to go. Those little yellow markers telling us 15 metres into the red zone. They've got 5 to go. Getting that head down, spotting the wall, hands to the wall. 2:17, 2:3. We have yet another new record for the Scottish schools. Well done, Nikki Miller. Second place goes to Katie Taylor. She takes the silver medal in 2:25.19. And third place goes to Megan Grant from Mackey Academy in 2:31.87.
Well, another great display there by Nikki Miller. There we are. Confirmation of the time, 2:17.23. And she takes another Scottish school record. We started a trend here tonight, Sandra. 3 records in the first, 6 events there.
Pretty good, isn't it? We've had 100 back crawls and then 200 flies and 3 records gone.
Perfect.
Long may it continue.
Let's see if we can get any more. First to the presentations. And the presentations taking place again for these 200 metres butterfly events. Ones that we have just seen there. And 2 records, of course, in those ones. In the first event there, that's the girls 13-14 years. Event 304, Paria Vesey from Bearsden takes the bronze medal. Rachel Grant from Garnock taking the silver medal, and Anya Slesser, another medal for Anya Slesser from Inverurie Academy. 2:30.01, close at the end there. 2:30.66 for Rachel Grant. It's a very close contest between the two at the front of the field. The gold going to Anya Slesser.
Just to give you an idea, the record for that event is held by Kiana McInnes. We've just seen take the 15-16-year-old, and it is down at 2:24.30. Big difference, isn't there, Brother Paul?
Yeah, Kiana McInnes, just absolutely phenomenal in the butterfly events. It can be very tough to challenge her, as many have found out. Here is Kiana McInnes.
And we're on the 15-16-year-old fly, and the bronze medal going to Taylor Finlayson from Gillespie's High School. Silver medal there going to Selena Byram from Bearsden. And in that new championship record time, our Scottish Schools champion for 2017 is Kiana McInnes, 2:15.66. Knocking more than 3.5 seconds off the record held by Tane Bruce, and it wasn't a slow record.
2:19.25 for Tane Bruce.
Lovely smiles there from the girls, isn't it? Great picture.
Serena Wickram always smiling. I don't think I've ever seen Serena Wickram without a smile on her face.
What a great way to be.
And the final presentation. Boys 13-14 years, 200 metres butterfly on the blocks, ready to go. And we have Ethan Brown in lane number 1 for Nathan Grimley from West Lothian in lane 2. Jamie McGregor from Perth High School in 3. Thomas Coates in Bramond in 4. Callum Rose from Stuart's Melbourne 5. And Cameron Sharp from Coates Academy in lane number 6. Boys 200 metres butterfly, and this is the first heat of the 13-14 years age group. Remember, keep your tweets coming in. I believe there was some tweets coming in for you this afternoon, Sandra.
Well, I think my co-commentator this afternoon was asking for tweets so that I would raise my opinion of the 200 backstroke, and I asked for the same for him to raise his opinion of the 200 breaststroke.
And has it worked?
I don't know. I very much doubt it. Although I have to say that I did thoroughly enjoy the girls' 200 backstroke this afternoon. There was some good, good racing there. But at the moment we've got the 200 fly in the water, and it does look like Lane 3, Jamie McGregor from Perth High School. Just managed to get his nose in front at the halfway stage. He's turning 1:14.
Was Nathan Grimley there in lane number 2.
Here we go for the second heat. So this is the fastest heat of the two. In lane 1 we've got Fraser Kelly from Largs Academy. In 2, Bryce Proctor from Dumfries High School. 3, Mark Ford. Well, we've already seen him in action. He's already won the gold medal in the boys 100 backstroke. And in lane 4, Matthew Gordon from Belmont Academy. In 5 we've got Michael Flynn from Cumbernauld, and in 6 Cameron Alexander from Stewart's Melville. And once again it's Mark Ford in lane 3, who is taking it out, throwing down the gauntlet to them. Turns at the 50 in 30.09, followed into the wall by Fraser Kelly in lane 1. And looking at these, we've got Mark with his 1 gold medal round his neck, and really not much recovery time between that backstroke swim and then into this butterfly swim. He's now at least 5 metres clear of the rest of the field. The best of that is down in lane 1, Fraser Kelly. So Mark turns 1:04.79. Now he's set one record already as well. The record he's chasing this time is Ryan Brown's record. That was set in 2012, and that's 2:14.80. And certainly looking at that second split of 34.7, I would say, Paul, this one's definitely on the cards for breaking.
Well, we'll see what he can do on this third 50. It's going to be quite tight for Mark Ford. If he's going to challenge that record, he's going to have to improve his entry time, 2:17.95, quite substantially. Going through there in 1:41, so it looks like he's maybe just slipping off the pace now, Mark Ford, but in terms of this race, he's got this one absolutely sewn up. The St Aloysius swimmer is swimming 2 races in the space of around about half an hour or so, and it looks like he's going to claim 2 gold medals here. Mark Ford now leading them. There's no one else in sight here as he's coming in to the last stages of this race, into the last 10 now, coming to the red markers, and Mark Ford is going to take this one. It's very, very close to his entry time there. 2:18.36 for Mark Ford, and that's not too bad at all. His second swim in the space of half an hour or so. In second position, that's Fraser Kelly from Largs down there in lane number 1. And in third position, it looks like it's Michael Flynn from Cumbernauld in lane number 5. So that race is spread about all over the pool there. No doubt about the winner. Mark Ford takes another gold medal.
He really did set off at a pace. Halfway stage 1:04.79, second split. The second 100 was a 1:14. So quite a big drop off between first 100 and second 100. We've been talking about that before, just how they decide to pace the race, whether they take it out steady, and well, as we saw earlier on today, somebody actually negative split and claimed the record that way round. That was Lexi Waller in the backstroke.
Backstroke quite often a little bit easier to negative split because you don't have the dive off the blocks there at the start, but nevertheless quite an achievement for Lexi Waller to do that. On the second of these events in the boys 200 metres butterfly, we have Andrew Watt from Gala in lane 1, Ben Morrison from Arbroath in lane 2, Mitchell Stevenson Carluke in lane 3, Stuart Brody from Calder Glen in lane 4. It's the St Ninian swimmer Dominic Kelly in lane 5, and Mark Devlin from Cardinal in lane number 6. Good start though in that centre lane. Lane number 3, it's gone out fast, Mitchell Stevenson. And looking in pretty good shape in the early stages of this one. His entry time 2:18.47, as we saw, especially this afternoon. Swimmers can maybe force themselves into contention for a medal with a good swim at the front of the field in the earlier heats here. And he'll be trying to set a standard for the heats to come. Mitchell Stevenson going through in 1:03 1:38.88, quite similar to Mark Ford in that previous heat there. And Stevenson leads by about a second and a half from swimmer in lane number 5, Dominic Kelly.
Well, as they come to complete almost 3/4 of this race, we've got our leader out in front looking strong. The lead changing between their second and third, between in 4 Stuart Brodie and 5 Dominic Kelly. Very tight between those two boys, but turning for home in 1:40.03. That's Mitchell Stevenson. He's not going to be challenged by anybody. It's a case of where second and third placing is going to go. At the moment, it looks like Stuart Brodie just has the better of Dominic Kelly, but Dominic Kelly is fighting hard and coming very strong at him. Looks like Dominic Kelly's just beginning to ease past. Back looking at the field though, Mitchell Stevenson into the last 5 metres. He's going to win this quite comfortably. Mitchell touches 2:18.54. And second place did go to lane 5 to Dominic Kelly, with third place going to Stuart Brodie.
And there is your scoreboard. 2:18.54 for the winner, 2:21.88 for second position. On to heat number 2 of the 2 heats now. Would we be seeing a record attempt here from Archie Goodburn in lane 3, Sandra?
Well, he was in fine form earlier on. He's already got the gold medal from the 200 individual medley. So we'll just see how this one goes. We'll have a look at the whole field. In lane 1, we have Fraser Wilson. In 2, we've got Jamie McDonald. In 3, Archie Goodburn. In 4, Craig Greenock. In 5, Daniel Ferguson. And in lane 6, Rory Young. So Craig Greenock, he's in good form. He won the gold medal in the 100. And Carr Bennett was the one that took bronze. So between him and Archie, we should have a good race going here, but it is the red cap of Archie Goodburn that's looking very strong as he comes down the second length of this 200 fly. He's going to turn about 3-4 metres ahead of the rest of the boys. Halfway stage, it's 1:01.27 for Archie. Second place at the moment, Craig Greenock, the gold medalist from the 100, and then third place going to Daniel Ferguson. So let's see how the second half of this race pans out. Again, which way are they swimming it? Are they going out hard and fast and holding on, or are they relaxing going out and seeing how strong they can bring it back? A real tussle going on for second and third place, Paul, there. Archie Goodburn maybe just getting clawed back a little bit.
He went out fast then, Archie
Certainly
Goodburn.
did.
He is holding on though, and let's see if he can challenge this record time. The record stands to Ryan Brown in 2:09.65. Archie Goodburn now coming back. That is the halfway marker on that length back there. The final 50, the red markers there. Archie Goodburn away and clear in second position. Looks like Jamie McDonald will keep an eye on the clock here. 2:09.65. It's going to be mighty close for Archie Goodburn, and he's done it. 2:09.58. Archie Goodburn is inside the record time, which was held by Ryan Brown from Kelso, and it's 2:09.58. Archie Goodburn, well, he was on the wrong end of a record time this morning. He's on the right end this time, inside that record time. Well done, Archie Goodburn. 2:09.58. Delighted with that one. Second position will be Jamie McDonald, and third position is Craig Greenock. But Archie Goodburn, well, it was a real struggle coming back, but he held on, and he claims that record by 7/100ths.
That was a super pickup on that last 50. You know, he split on the third 50, he split 34.7 and then came down that last length like an absolute tank, 33.6, just to duck underneath Ryan Brown's record. Every record counts, 7/100ths will do me. Record number 4 in the bag.
Yeah, we're racking them up tonight, Sandra, I tell you.
one more for our double.
See what the next event can do. It's the
Here we
boys
go.
17-18. Oh, bit of a problem at the start there, and that's left 4 swimmers competing now for this one. There's no swimmers in the centre lanes. It's left Benjo Durek in lane 1, Adam Kirkwood in 2, Jonah Walsh in 5, and James Riley in lane number 6. So just 4 swimmers left in this one, fighting for the 3 medals. Oh my goodness. Well, Adam Kirkwood from co-winning in lane number 2, using that to his advantage of the swimmers that are left. He's the fastest entry time in 2:15.97, and also just challenging there, just heading the others for second place. Jonah Walsh in lane 5 and James Riley in lane number 6, with Benjo Durek in lane number 1 here. It looks like maybe Jonah Walsh is trying to come back on Adam Kirkwood, but Kirkwood leads at the halfway point, 104.41.
Well, with the centre lanes absolutely empty and lying there nice and calmly, it really could be enemy's race. Four boys in this race, 3 medals. Nobody wants to be the one finishing a 200 fly and not having something put round their neck, so I'm sure they'll absolutely fight it out to the very end. At the moment we've got a fight for gold and silver and then a fight for the bronze. Again, the field's kind of divided itself into 2 and 2. Oh, tight as we turn for this last 50. Lane 5 just has it. That's Jonah Walsh, just touching .4 ahead of Adam Kirkwood in lane 2. So that's the 1-2 as we come to the final 50. And then looking behind them, trying to see what's going on in the bronze medal race. They're absolutely neck and neck behind them as well. Does look like lane 5, Jonah Walsh is just maybe beginning to pull ahead just slightly, maybe half a body length up, full body length up now that we've got the straight on angle. 2:13.76. Jonah Walsh takes it. Second place goes to Adam Kirkwood. Who is going to get the bronze? Who is going to go home empty-handed? It really is a close race for it, but it is 2:21.68, and it's lane 1 that takes it, Benjo Durek.
Looks a bit confused there as to what happened at the very start of the race there. There seemed to be a problem right at the start there with one of the swimmers in the centre lane. In fact, oh my goodness, there's been a further disqualification here, so it means only 3 swimmers have completed the distance here, and it is lane number 5, Jonah Walsh will take the gold, Adam Kirkwood will take the silver, and the bronze will go to James Riley of Straven. 2:27.00. He'll claim a bronze medal.
Well, it's all happening tonight, isn't it?
It is.
First of all, 4 records, and then 200 fly where just 3 of the 6
I know.
managed to register a time.
Well, you know, you've got to be in it to win it there.
Absolutely, Paul.
And, James Riley was the man. He'll be disappointed with the time. He's gone a lot faster. It's slower than his entry time, but it doesn't matter. He'll claim a medal here at the Scottish Schools Championships 2017, and he'll be on the podium very shortly. But now we are on the podium for the younger age groups.
So we've got the 200 fly presentations first, and it's the 13-14-year-olds that are up on the podium at the moment. So the bronze medalist here was Michael Flynn from Cumbernauld, and the silver medalist Fraser Kelly from Largs Academy. And then our gold medalist, picking up his second gold medal of the evening, Mark Ford, who really did set out at some pace, just couldn't quite hold it all together to duck under that record of Ryan Brown's from 2012.
And Lanark ASC have been sending in tweets to congratulate Mark Ford. And it's gold number 2 for Mark Ford. That's from Lanark ASC. Thank you very much for your tweets, Lanark. Do you have any questions for Sandra? Get them tweeted in. She'll be pleased to help you out.
As likewise Paul will. So let's go back to the podium and let's just see the medalists for the 15-16-year-olds. So the bronze medals there, Craig Greenock, he took the bronze medal. Silver medal went to Jamie McDonald. And our gold medalist in that new record time of 2:09.58, Archie Goodburn. Stuart's Melville, you see the two Stuart's Melville shirts on the podium. A really super swim to add to his gold medal in the 200 IM.
And he only just missed out on the record in that 200 individual medley by a matter of hundreds. I think it was like 4 100s he missed out by this morning.
It was very close, yeah.
And he managed to claim that one by 7 100s. So again, very, very tight margins here in East Kilbride.
So we move on to our very final presentation of this block. So this is the oldest boys group. That's the 17 to 19-year-olds 200 fly. And on this occasion, just the 3 finishers. So taking bronze medal, James Riley from Straven. Winning the silver medal, Adam Kirkwood. He's from Kilwinning Academy. And the gold medalist in the Scottish Schools champion, that's Jonah Walsh from Trinity Academy.
The photographs for James Riley, can hardly believe it.
Maybe a bit of a wry grin there.
And why not? Be pleased with his evening's work. They all will. Jonah Walsh taking that gold medal, Adam Kirkwood in second, and James Riley in third. But moving on swiftly to the next event. We're down to the shorter distances now. It's the girls 13, 14 years, 100 metres freestyle swimmers in this one. First heat of 2, Elspeth Roper from Gala, Freya Bish from Linlithgow into Natalie Jones last week in 3, Katie Hay from Granton in 4, Aileen McKenzie from Tane in 5, and Ciara Rennie from Watsons in lane number 6. Good start from Ciara Rennie there in that outside lane. She's gone away very fast indeed, and also on the side closest to us, on the right hand side of your shot there, looks like Elspeth Roper and Freya Bish also going well, and Natalie Jones as well. It is Ciara Rennie though first to the wall at the turn, 5 100 separating the two outside lanes. Elspeth Roper in second position, but coming through strongly in the centre now. Natalie Jones just forging to the front, I think. Freya Bish in second position. It looks like lanes 3 and 2 are going to lead them here into the last 15 metres of this first heat. Natalie Jones's time, entry time, is 103.19. She's not going to be too far away from that one. And 102.98, an improvement on the entry time for Natalie Jones. In second position, Freya Bish in 103.36, and in third position, a good finish from Katie Hay there. Never really in contention, but she ends up in third position, 104.11.
Well-paced race there from Natalie Jones in lane 3. Held the nerve down the first length, came back strongly. So off goes the second heat. In this one we've got Ellie Palmer in 1, Katie Goodburn in 2, Iona McLeod in 3, Emma Russell in 4, Emma Jeffrey in 5, and Annabelle Wright in 6. So it was Iona McLeod that won the 200, Katie Goodburn taking the second place, and Emma Russell picking up the bronze. And that was the 1, 2, 3 in the 200. But at the moment, going well in lane 2, that's Katie Goodburn. She turned first, 28.76. Just 2/10 behind her, Iona McLeod in lane 3. And it's these two girls absolutely fighting it out, swimming stroke for stroke as they come down and into the final stages of this race. Absolutely nothing to choose between them. Katie Goodburn is in lane 2. Iona McLeod, winner of the 200, is in lane 3. Miss Iona McLeod just haven't got that strength from the 200. Looks like Iona is going to take this one. Now half a body length up. 59.74, just outside the record. She takes the second gold medal. Second place does go to Katie Goodburn, and third place Emma Jeffrey from lane 5.
So Iona McLeod earlier got the record in the 200 freestyle, the school's record, and she was just outside the school's record in that one as well. 59.74, just 0.3 of a second outside the record, which was set back in 2007 there by Lucy Ellis. Another one that was set exactly 10 years ago today.
Well, it was Lucy Ellis's record that Iona beat, of course, earlier on. So 2 summers, well, 2007. So 10 years apart, and they're matching times.
Move on to the next event now as well, and that is the girls 15-16 years 100 freestyle. We have 6 swimmers taking the start again. Jenna Gilmore from Hamilton goes in lane 1. Freya Bannerman from Perth Academy in 2. Isla Budge from Nicholson Institute in lane 3. Sarah Anderson from North Berwick High School in 4. Erica Chopek from Kelso in lane 5, and Kirsten Grant from the High School of Dundee in lane 6. Lane 6 again, as we saw in one of the earlier heats, getting off to a great start here. Outside lane flyer there is Kirsten Grant from the High School of Dundee. All very tight, you have to say, in terms of entry times, and all very tight in the race. Just half a second separating everyone in the field, and as they go over that turn, it's a dead heat for first position. 30.38 for Isla Budge and Kirsten Grant. But coming down to the last half length now, can anyone make a move here in the closing stages? Possibly. It could be lane number 5, Erica Chopek. Also lane number 6 going well, Kirsten Grant. And lane number 4 as well. It's very, very close indeed. It could be Erica Chopek in lane number 5 will take it. It is in 102.75. Sarah Anderson in lane 4 takes second in 102.88. And Kirsten Grant it was in third position in lane 6 there. So the action all taking place really in the lanes opposite us. Lanes 4, 5 and 6 occupy the top 3 positions. But good swims there, very close race as we expected. Maybe this one, Sandra, might not be quite as close.
I just wonder what Sophie Smith can do. I'll just give you the lineup for this second heat. In lane 1 it's Victoria Duncan from St Mungo's, in 2 Ailey Redpath Heriots, in lane 3 Sophie Smith from Arbroath High School. Yasmin Perry is in lane 4 from Old Mathgar Academy. Amy Malone's in 5 Alva Academy, and Rebecca Reid from Harlow Academy completes the lineup in lane 6. And I think, as we expected, Sophie Smith is the one first to show down this first length of the 100. She turns 29.77 is actually showing for Ailey Redpath, so I reckon that for some reason the pad up in lane 3 hasn't managed to register time for Sophie, because she definitely got her feet to the wall first, and she now is one body length up from the rest of the girls. So it's Sophie Smith out ahead, trying to stay up with her. It's really Redpath in lane 2, and then there's a fight over the far side of the pool in 4, 5 and 6. Yasmin in 4, Amy in 5, Rebecca in 6. But it's going to be Sophie Smith. She's going to take this. She does in 1 minute .30. Second place does go to lane 6, and that was Rebecca Reid. And third place in lane 4 was Yasmin Perry. So there's our 1, 2, 3 for the girls 15-16 100 metres freestyle.
Yeah, another good swim there from Sophie Smith from Arbroath High School.
That's her picked up both the medals, both the gold medals in the 200 free and in the 100 free. And silver and bronze going to different swimmers.
Yeah, we've had a handful of swimmers that have done the double in their particular events. Let's see who can win this one. It's the girls 17-19 100 freestyle. Ailey Smith from Kirkcudilloch in lane number 1. Eleanor Gracie from Berwickshire High School in 2. Katie Smith from Mary Erskine in 3. Lizzie Cleland from Earlston in 4. Megan Niven from Mar College in 5. And Tegan Kerr from Green Falls in lane number 6. Well, this is the one and only heat of the 17-19 years age group. And out very fast, Eleanor Gracie in lane number 2. Also Katie Smith pre-race favourite there, the only swimmer with an entry time of under the 1 minute mark, and it is Katie Smith, 28.93, giving herself a good chance here to try and get under the 1 minute. Here she comes back, the record stands 58.56, so she is going to struggle to challenge that one, but it looks like it is going to be Katie Smith now forging ahead of the two swimmers on either side of her. Eleanor Gracie, one lane down and one lane up, Lizzie Cleland, but here comes Katie Smith in lane number 3 into the last 5 now. Can she just dip under the 1 minute mark? She does, 59.37. Very good second 50 there from Katie Smith, and 1 minute point 96 for Lizzie Cleland to take the silver medal, and 101.16 Eleanor Gracie will take the bronze. But job done there for Katie Smith. She takes the gold medal.
She takes the gold in the 100 to add to her silver in the 200. Not bad again for another day's work. Considering that record that Paul was talking about is one of the, in fact it is the oldest one for this evening session for the girls. It was the 58.56 was set in 2004.
So quite a record there. Jenny Kilgallen from Dundee, another two-side swimmer. Set that back, she said 2004, so 13 years old. It will go on for another year, it'll be 14 years old.
Certainly will. So once again, we head over to the podium area, and we'll have the presentation for these 100 freestyles, starting of course with the youngest age group, which is the 13-14-year-olds. Our bronze medalist here, representing St Maurice's, is Emma Jeffrey. And our silver medalist, representing Mary Erskine, Katie Goodburn. And the gold medalist from Harris Academy in Dundee, Iona McLeod.
Iona McLeod been very impressive, and as we said, taking another gold medal. Took a record this afternoon as well. So she's had a good day. And quickly following on the heels, the swimmer, it's the presentation for the next event.
I don't know if you've seen the medals for the Scottish schools, Paul, because they
No,
really are.
they're
They're not big medals, but they actually are really lovely medals. Haven't changed very much over the years. And of course there's not that many of them, because there's only the one championships, one individual and one relay championships. Anyway, on the podium at the moment we have the girls 15-16s. So third place there was Yasmin Perry from Oldmacher. Second place went to Rebecca Reid from Harlow Academy, and the winner, Sophie Smith from Arbroath High School. And the final presentation of this block, the eldest group, the 17 to 19-year-olds. So the bronze medalist for this one was Eleanor Gracie from Berwickshire High School. And the silver medalist, Lizzie Cleland from Elston High School. And the Scottish Schools champion from Mary Erskine, that was Katie Smith.
There's the medalists with those medals around their necks there. You should have brought one of these medals up. You were part of the organising for this event.
Didn't do very much for this one, but certainly turned up on the day to help. But I think it's a super competition. I like the way that it's limited, so that there's lots of medals spread over usually lots of people, as opposed to one person picking up 7 or 8 titles. And a great chance, of course, to represent your school, which you don't get very many opportunities at all.
No, it's certainly a different dimension. We're used to these swimmers representing their clubs, but this time they're competing for their schools. The first heat of this boys, 13, 14 years. 100 freestyle, Siobhan Selby in 1, Ben Barclay in 2, Brian Duncan in 3, Angus Young in 4, Rory McKinnon in 5, and Eric Davey in lane number 6. So out first to the turn. First of the 2 heats, of course, in this 100 freestyle. looks like it is lane 4, Angus Young from Aqua Academy. Entry time of 1:02, and good turn there for Ben Barclay though. He's taken himself into the lead after that turn. Kenmay Academy swimmer in lane number 2, looking like he is going to take this one. He's gone ahead of Angus Young in lane number 4, and Ben Barclay is coming home here in the lead. He's going to take this one. 1:02.6 was his entry time, and he's improved that to 1:01.68. Good time for Ben Barclay. He takes it ahead of Angus Young in 1:03.12, and Ryan Duncan in third position, 1:03.62. But a good second 50 there from Ben Barclay.
Certainly was, and that time will have been set in a 25-metre pool. It will have been a a conversion time, and very often the younger swimmers do struggle to convert from, as you know, from the 25 up to the 50. But he's done it, and he's done it in style. So let's now move on to heat 2 as they dive into the water. We've got Graham Beard in lane 1, Zach Patterson in 2, Elliot Miller in lane 3, Michael Flynn is in lane 4, Miles Lapsey is in 5, and Zachary Kirkbright, he is in lane 6. So in this one it was Zach Patterson who took the gold in the 200. He's sitting in lane 2, but it is lane 3 who has gone out fast, and that's Elliot Miller. He turned first, but coming really strong and showing his 200 strength. Zach Patterson in lane 2. He's come storming down this second length through that 25 marker and straight into the lead past Elliot Miller in lane 3. I think this is going to be again another double gold medal for Zach Patterson as he comes into the last 2 metres, hits the wall, 58.47. What a super second half to that race as well. Second place did go to Elliot Miller in 59.26, and it was Graham Beard in lane 1 who picks up the bronze in 59.77.
So top 4 swimmers there, all under the magic 1 minute mark. I'm sure Zach will be happy with his 2 gold medals, and Graham Beard, he's managed to pick up 2 bronze medals in the freestyle events. Yeah, Graham Beard was one of those swimmers this afternoon that was in one of the earlier heats and managed to force his way into the medal possessions this afternoon.
He did, and he very much swam it on his own. Just took the race out and hung on.
If you're in those early heats, that's pretty much what you've got to do here. Move on to the boys 15-16 years age group. We have 3 heats in this one, unusually. And looks like we have 4 swimmers here taking the start. Dominic Kelly, he goes in lane number 1. In lane number 2, there's no swimmer. In lane number 3, Alistair Dunce from James Young School. Callum Warnock in 4 from DL. And Ryan Ferguson in lane 5 from Falkirk High. So going over first is lane number 4, Callum Warnock from DL. Lane number 3, Alistair Dunce in second position, but all 4 swimmers still in contention here. Looks maybe like Alistair Dunce is coming away now, although he's being pressed by Dominic Kelly in lane number 1. And also in lane number 5 is Ryan Ferguson, but it does look like it's Alistair Dunce. In fact, lane number 4 as well, Callum Warnock is pressing for second position, but it is going to be Alistair Dunce who will take that one. 57.84, a good swim there from lane number 3, Alistair Dunce, and only 200 short of his entry time of 57.82. So that's the result there. 57.84, Dominic Kelly in second position, and Callum Warnock in third place. First heat of the 3.
So as heat 2 gets underway, again we only have the 4 swimmers in this one. In lane 2 we've got Alistair Cormack from Perth High School. In 4, Sonny Kennedy from Stewart's Melville. 5, Keir Buchanan, Strathaven. And in lane 6, Aaron Muir from Lark Hall Academy. So very little to choose from these boys as they enter the last 5 metres of the first 50. It is just lane 4 who touches very slightly ahead, 27.66. Less than 0.3 behind is Keir Buchanan. and then just 6 100s behind that is Alistair Cormack, so not very much to choose from any of these boys. Going very strongly on the far side of the pool from our commentary position. It does look like Sonny Kennedy is going well up in 4 and Keir Buchanan in 5. I think that's where the 1-2 is going to come from. Who's going to get the touch? It is lane 5, Keir Buchanan, who gets the touch, touching in 56.93. Just 2 100s behind is lane 4, Sonny Kennedy, and third place in 58.67 goes to Alistair Cormack.
Yeah, really tight race there. Could hardly get closer. Going on to the final heat now. Tommaso De Nova from Was High in lane number 1. Dylan Somerville, Strathallan in 2. Fraser Agnew from Robert Gordon's in 3. Angus Nicol started well in lane number 4 from Jordan Hill. Nathan McGraw from Whitburn in 5, and Rory Matheson in 6 from Aberdeen Grammar. But good start, great start from Angus Nicol there from Jordan Hill. His entry time 54.90. The record for this age group 53.90. Scott McClay, and that was set 2 years ago. But what can Angus Nicol do now? The Jordan Hill swimmer coming away from the rest of the field. Really powerful swim here from Angus Nicol for Jordan Hill. He's not going to be caught as he comes into the closing stages now. 10 metres to go for Angus Nicol. They're trying to get back to him, but he'd left it too late. Angus Nicol is going to take this one, and he's going to take it comfortably in the end. In 55.31, Angus Nicol takes it. Exactly a second behind him is Fraser Agnew. And in lane number 2, third place goes to Dylan Somerville from Strathallan. Angus Nicol took that out really strongly. Looked really powerful down that first 50.
He certainly did, and brought it back strong as well. He picked up a silver medal in the 200 free. Fraser Agnew, who has a silver medal from the 100 there, also has a bronze from the 200 earlier on. So once again we're getting the boys picking up double medals. But that was a good swim from Angus Nicol. He put it again, laid down the gauntlet, said come chase me, come catch me, and none of them could.
The next event is the boys 17 to 19 years age group. This is the one and only heat.
It is. We've got the 6 swimmers though. Michael Lamb, he goes in lane 1. Mark Hill in 2. Scott McClay in 3. Ardai Hasuna in 4. Innes McMillan in 5. And Jamie Miller in lane 6. And as we would expect, Scott McClay, out he goes. It's his record that was sitting in the earlier age group. It's Craig McLean's record for this age group, 51.33 at the turn, 26.71. And Scott McClay really is powering ahead. The fight's going to be for the minor medals. At the moment it looks like Ardai Hasuna, who's got the best of the other bunch, and also going well in 2 is Mark Hill. But absolutely no doubt about our leader as he comes in to that red zone into the last 5 metres. Scott McClay will stick his head down. 52.30. What a super swim from Scott. Second place did go to lane 4, Ardai Hasuna, and third, Mark Hill from DL High School.
Well, an excellent swim there from Scott McClay. Certainly one to watch for the future, you would say. That looked very impressive.
Absolutely. Again, he's a gold medalist in the 200 free as well as the 100 free. And as Duncan was saying this afternoon, you just swam extremely well out in Geneva, picking up medals there. So yes, with the qualification period for the Commonwealth Games opening up quite shortly, it could be a case of watch this space.
Well, some of these swimmers certainly will have designs on trying to make that Commonwealth Games team in the Gold Coast next year.
So we now move to the podium, and we have the boys 13, 14-year-old 100 free medalists. So on the podium at the moment, third place, that was Graham Beard. He picked up the bronze medal in that 13-14 age group. Silver medal going to Elliot Miller, and the gold medal in the Brodies Scottish Schools champion was Zach Patterson. Zach representing Park Main High School. And a good photo of the three boys. So as they come off the podium, we go straight on to the 15-16-year-old age group. No records in our 100 free, Paul, so
it's getting late in the day now. The tiredness is kicking in. We haven't got that many more events to come as well. 200 metres individual medley.
Are we running out of
breaststroke.
opportunities to get that 5th record this evening to double our tally over the day?
A lot of opportunities still to come. Stay
So
tuned, watch the final races here. Dylan Somerville, Fraser Agnew getting the bronze and silver medals here in the 100 freestyle. But Jordan Hill's Angus Nicol took that out really powerfully, and he takes the medal here in the boys 15-16 years 100 freestyle.
And looks rightfully proud of the result.
They look tired out, all of them. It's not been too long since they were in the water.
Certainly some of them still breathing heavily by the time they get as far as the podium.
They're pretty quick in doing the medal presentations here. Of course, they don't have the luxury of having a couple of heats following them. They've only got the one heat in the 17-19 years age group, and these guys are literally just out of the water.
T-shirts getting pulled over the head. And here we go. So this is the 17-19-year-old age group. The bronze medal here went to Mark Hill from DL High School. The silver medal went to Audai Hasuna from Stewart's Melville. And our gold medalist and the Brodies Scottish School champion, this time from Strathallan, Scott McClay.
One to watch for the future. Sandra Engel said so. We'll keep an eye on his progress. Scott McClay, of course, teammate Stephen Milne hasn't done too badly, has he?
He certainly hasn't, and of course as well he's now at Strathallan. So with Elaine Johnson at Strathallan and then Anne at Perth, and Elaine had a good hand in the fortunes of Duncan Scott. So yeah, watch this space.
Well, not a bad team to have at your side. Watch
I would
out
say
for
one of the
Scotland.
best.
Absolutely. They've had a very good track record previously. Steve Milne, of course, medalist in the Olympics in Rio. Just wonder anyone push through like Stephen has in the last few years. Girls 200 metres individual medley. Well, maybe a few chances for records in this one, in this event. We'll have a look and see how the swimmers are progressing here. We are first of the two heats. Just four swimmers taking the start here. Morven Jackson in lane number 1 from Holy Cross, Scarlett Ferris from Bell Baxter in lane 2, Hayley McKenzie from Tain in lane 4, and Rhea Colbridge from Lass Wade in lane number 5. So looks like the Lass Wade swimmer with the red cap just heading pretty close contest for second. Hayley McKenzie and Scarlett Ferris is fighting out for that second position. 200 metres individual medley, one length of each stroke, of course. And Scarlett Ferris just pushing up now, challenging for the lead as they go over halfway. This is where it could all change though, Sandra. The breaststroke, very often the decisive leg in a medley.
Oh, very definitely, and we did see a lot of changes both in the 400 IMs and in the 200, the boys 200 individual medley. But still, it does look like lane 5, and that's Rhea Coolridge. She's looking strong. And she goes down this breaststroke length, trying to stay with her. In lane 2, that's Scarlett Ferris. Just trying to look across the pool. The other two swimmers perhaps getting dropped off slightly. A good breaststroke length from the girl in lane 5, Rhea Coolidge. 2:02.42. She now goes into the freestyle leg with more than a second of an advantage over Scarlett Ferris in lane 2. And then squashed in between them in 4 is Hayley McKenzie. So it is tight at the front. They've got 25 metres to go of the 200. I think Rhea is perhaps just going to hold on to this. Finishing strongly though in 2 is Scarlett Ferris. She may just run out of pool to actually catch her. Ria holds on. She took this heat in 2:39.99, so just under that 2:40. Second place did go to Scarlett in 2:40.99, and third place Ailey Mackenzie in 2:42.30.
Oh, 2:39.99. That's what the swimmers in this next heat are aiming for. Could we be in for a great head-to-head here? Katie Shanahan in 3 and Ellie Turner in 4. May well be close.
As we dive in, I'll give you the full lineup. It's Kaelin Hall that's in 1, Rachel Grant's in 2. As Paul said, we've got Katie Shanahan in lane 3, Ellie Turner has claimed lane 4, Noosa in lane 5, and Skye Mulholland, she completes the lineup in lane 6. This 200 IM, this is the final event for the girls. So no more girls events after this 200 IM. We've just got one boys event to finish, and that's the 100 breaststroke. So at the 50 fly, it's lane 4. It's Ellie Turner that takes the touch, 31.50. Followed into the wall by Katie Shanahan, about 0.8 behind her. And it's these two girls already drawing away from the remaining girls in the field. I think it is, as Paul suggested, it's going to be a real head-to-head battle between Ellie in lane 4 and Katie in lane 3. And if we have a look, Katie won the 100 back crawl. She took the gold there, and Ellie won the 200 back crawl gold. So we know they've both got 2 strong backstrokes. And let's just see what happens as they turn to the breaststroke. Turn time, it's lane 3, Katie Shanahan. She's turning in 108.88. There's now only 6 100s between her and Ellie Turner. Third place at the moment, that's Rachel Grant.
Well, Katie Shanahan came off the wall a little bit better than Ellie Turner, but Ellie Turner is not giving it away at all here. She's coming back on Katie Shanahan now, keeping pace with Shanahan here as they come approaching the end of this breaststroke leg. Well, can these two swimmers push each other on to a good time? The record stands to Gaia Alcaraz, and that was set last year, 2:25.97. Shanahan has the lead at the final turn. She looks across, Ellie Turner right next to her, but Shanahan away, a really good turn again. Ellie Turner trying to come back, but Shanahan has the edge over Ellie Turner now, and looks like she's extending her lead. Ellie Turner is being left by Katie Shanahan at the moment. Can she fight back? Shanahan looks across, she's tired, but she's staying ahead of Ellie Turner. Ellie Turner maybe just coming back. Can we be on for a good time now? Katie Shanahan, Turner coming back right at the end here, but Shanahan takes it, and 2:25.21 and ahead of her, ahead of Ellie Turner in 2:25.68. Both swimmers inside that Scottish Schools record. So Katie Shanahan gets the 5th Scottish Schools record of the night. Ellie Turner, silver medal, also inside the old record mark.
Well, that's it. That's us doubled our records as we wanted. So shall we just pack up and go?
Well, we've only got about 4 or 5 races yet. You never know.
We might get another one.
Somebody might surprise us in these races to come, but what a race that was.
That certainly was. You know, nice to see two girls ducking under the old standard, you know, set by Gaia, as you said, just last year.
Standard
and
moving
just
on.
knocking 0.7 off that time. So that's the 13, 14-year-olds. I wonder what the 15, 16s can offer us. So the 15, 16-year-old girls, they get in the water to start their 200 IM. I'll give you the lineup for the first heat. It's Joanna Ray. She's in lane 1 from Dollan Academy. In lane 2, that's Victoria Duncan from St Mungo's. Kirsty Stewart from Robert Gordon's College is in 3. Taylor Finlayson takes lane 4. She's from Gillespie. Erin Snow from Larkhall Grammar. She's in lane 5. And Elle McMillan, Brecon High School, takes lane 6. Looking up and into the pool, it is lane 4. Taylor Finlayson with that strong fly of hers. She's turning well ahead of the other girls in this heat, 31.40. So already there's 0.17 of a lead after that fly reg. And as she goes into the backstroke, she's looking very strong, very in control. Very little to choose from the swimmers in 3, 5 and 6. That's where the fight for second place is going on at the moment. Kirsty Stewart in 3, Erin Snow in 5 and Elle McMillan in 6. Of those, I think it could be Erin Snow that's just easing herself into second place, but going back to our leader, 1:10.38 is the time set by Taylor Finlayson as she turns to go into her breaststroke leg. She'll know she's got the faster heat behind her, so again getting out in front, trying to set as fast a time as possible so that the girls in the second heat have to chase it down.
She's got half a length breaststroke still to come. Taylor Finlayson, they are beginning to close up on her. Erin Snow, especially the Lanark swimmer in lane number 5, and they go now into the last 10 metres of the breaststroke there. It does look like Taylor Finlayson is going to hold on, and Erin Snow has made some headway, but she's still got around about 2 or 3 seconds behind. In fact, just a second and a half behind is Erin Snow, and Taylor Finlayson heads for home. And straight away, when she gets onto the freestyle leg, she pulls away from Erin Snow in lane number 5, and Erin Snow now under threat for the second position from Kirsty Stewart in lane number 3. But no doubt about who's going to win this one. Taylor Finlayson is coming through very, very strongly indeed, and she is going to take this one. Her entry time was 2:31.44. She's inside that, 2:31.27. And a good finish from Kirsty Stewart in lane number 3, and she takes the second position in 2:36.36, just ahead of Erin Snow, 2:36.75. So that's your top 3. And Taylor Finlayson led pretty much the whole way, although the breaststroke kind of closed it up a little. She stretched away on the freestyle to take that one, 2:31. And Taylor Finlayson inside her entry time, should be pleased with that one. They move on to the second and final heat of this girls 15-16 years 200 metres individual medley. Line number 1, Gaia Alcaraz from Aberdeen Grammar in 1, Morgan Adams from Webster's High School in 2, Ailey Redpath from Heriots in 3, Kirsten Laurie from Dollar Academy in 4, Molly Young from Hutchison Grammar in 5, and Kirsten Grant from the High School of Dundee goes in lane number 6. Well, Ailey Redpath, 2:24.03 entry time, will be the favourite for this one. Kirsten Laurie, already a silver medalist today, Dollar Academy in lane number 4. She's gone out far, she's in second place at the moment, behind Gaia Alcaraz there. Gaia Alcaraz, of course, the record holder last year in the 13-14 years age group. She's just seen that beaten by Katie Shanahan. Gaia Alcaraz competing very well. It's her first year up into this higher age group. And she and Ailey Redpath in lane number 3, the two swimmers who are 15 years of age this year. The rest are 16-year-olds. That includes the leader, Kirsten Laurie, there, using that backstroke to great advantage. She goes over at the halfway point. It is Kirsten Laurie first, Gaia Alcaraz second, and Molly Young in third position. Very close for third between 4 swimmers.
Once again, we'll just keep an eye on this breaststroke, as everything can really change. We know that there's Kirsten Laurie had that strong fly to get her going, having already picked up the silver in the 100 fly, and she's still hanging on down this breaststroke length. Same with Gaia Alcaraz, she's not letting them go away either, but coming at them strong, beginning to bunch up a little bit behind. In lane 2 you've got Morven Adam, and in lane 3 the other 15-year-old Ailey Redpath. Oh, looking at that, the side-on shot, it is very tight at the front. Still though, it's Kirsten Laurie that's managing to hang on, 1:53.11, 0.33 behind, that's Gaia Alcaraz. And then in lane 3, Ailey Redpath, 1:54.77. That's our 1-2-3 as we come into the freestyle leg. And there's a right royal battle going on. Gaia Alcaraz is not going to give in. She really is pushing all the way from lane 1, from that outside lane. I think the Aberdeen girl's going to take this one. Second place, it looks like, is going to go to lane 4, Kirsten Laurie. And it is Gaia that takes it, 2:26.40. Good swim from the outside lane there. Second place going to lane 4's Kirsten Laurie, and third place lane 3's Ailey Redpath. That's our 1, 2, 3.
Well done, Gaia, there from the outside lane. 2:26.40. We don't often see a winner from lane number 1, but she really took the race to the rest of them. And Kirsten Laurie, well, she wouldn't have been able to see Gaia Alcaraz there when she finished. It was for second position there, Kirsten Laurie. It's been a bit of a surprise to see the swimmer in the outside lane maybe take that particular title, but a good swim there from Gaia Alcaraz to take the gold medal. Girls 17 to 19 years. One heat of this one again. Missing a swimmer in the centre lane. 5 swimmers though taking the start.
So we'll give you the lineup of the 5 swimmers for this very last event on the girls programme. Katie McKenzie, she takes lane 1, Glasgow School of Sport. Ali Morrison from Arbroath High School is in lane 2. As Paul said, no swimmer in lane 3. Maddie Swanson, St George's, she's in 4. Ailey Smith, Kirkintilloch High School, is in 5. And Robin Hill from DL High School is in lane 6. And once again, it's outside lanes that are showing as we go down the fly. And it is lane 1, touching 1:31.77. That's Katie McKenzie from the Glasgow School of Sport. Second place, Robin Hill from DL High School. So 1 and 6 leading the bunch. Chanel Snedden, had she chosen to do this one, probably would have been the favourite. She's already picked up the gold in the 400 IM. Katie McKenzie, she picked up the bronze in the same event. So we know Katie McKenzie had strength in that one, but looking at the pool, it is Katie McKenzie and lane 4, Kirsten Laurie, Mary Swanson, who are fighting it out. And it is Mary touching in 1:09.59, who takes the lead into the breaststroke, chased by Katie McKenzie in lane 1. So not a lot to choose between these two girls.
Well, from memory, I think Katie McKenzie won a medal this morning from the outside lane. So could she be in line for another medal from that outside lane position? Mary Swanson going well though in lane number 4, but Katie McKenzie not out of this at all. I said it was unusual to see someone winning in lane number 1 in that previous heat. Are we going to have 2 winners from lane number 1, 2 races in a row? Well, Katie McKenzie is right on schedule for this one. She has a slender lead over Mary Swanson there, and Katie McKenzie and Mary Swanson, not sure if they'll be able to see each other quite a far distance away, a couple of lanes in between them, but Mary Swanson looking very good there in the red cap. Katie McKenzie is coming now. It's very, very tight, difficult to tell from the angle that the camera is at, but it looks like Mary Swanson just into those yellow markers first, and it looks like she has an advantage around about half a body length, and Mary Swanson is going to take the gold here in 2:28.24, but she was pushed all the way by Katie McKenzie. 2:29.37 for second position, and Ailey Smith in third from Kirkintilloch there in lane number 5, 2:32.76. That's your top 3, and at the end it was a roundabout stroke and a half in it. Mary Swanson just managing to get better of Katie McKenzie in those closing stages, but Katie McKenzie has been performing really well today. Another 5-second improvement on her entry time. Great stuff.
So as the girls pull themselves out the water, we will be moving over to the podium, and we'll have the final set of presentations for the girls.
Final girls presentation. Goodness.
Absolutely, starting with those 13-14-year-olds. 200M, a great one to finish on for the girls, I think. So as we look over to the podium area, the 13-14-year-olds there. The bronze medalist just getting her medal at the moment. That's Kaylin Hall from the Bridge of Dawn. The silver medalist was Ellie Turner from Woodmill. And our gold medalist in the Brodies Scottish Schools champion from Bishop Briggs is Katie Shanahan.
That new record time, 5th Scottish Schools record of the night.
Certainly was.
I think we're good luck
Well, 2:25.21, and as you pointed out, second place Ellie Turner also underneath that record time in 2:25.68. So really a fabulous swim from both the gold and silver medalist, and well deserved.
It always was a prospect of being a great head-to-head, that one between Katie Shanahan and Ellie Turner, both gold medalists in their first event, and coming together in their second event. And this was another, maybe a surprise here. Ailey Redpath from Heriots, the bronze medal. Kirsten Laurie from Dollan, the silver medal. But the gold medalist from Aberdeen Grammar, it's Gaia Alcaraz from the outside lane, winning that one in 2:26.40. Very happy to get that gold medal and that Scottish Schools title in 2017.
Certainly a gutsy swim, and two 15-year-olds on the podium there, 15-16 age groups, but it was the youngsters that picked up 2 of the 3 medals. So we move to the very final presentation for the girls, and this time it's the 17 to 19-year-olds. Just like the boys, they very much are just out the water, straight t-shirts on and up over to the podium. So looking at that, Ailey Smith, she picked the bronze. Ailey from Kirkintilloch. And from the Glasgow School of Sport, Katie McKenzie taking the silver medal. So that adds to her medal from the 400 individual medley. And she picked up a bronze. But our gold medalist and the Brodies Scottish Schools champion, that was Mary Swanson from St George's.
Well done, Mary. Well done, Katie McKenzie. A couple of good swims. She'll be very pleased with her performances today. Ellie Smith as well on the medal podium, the Kirkintilloch swimmer. That's the final action from the girls here, Sandra.
It is, but they gave us our 10th record.
They did. Well done, the girls.
So, is it too much of an ask to see if the boys can give it a number 11?
Well,
I'm looking at the record holders on this one.
Exactly, I was about
Two
to
Olympians.
say that. Craig Benson, the record holder in the 13-14 years and the 15-16 years age group, and Ross Murdoch, the record holder in the 17-19 years age group. You said 2 Olympians. Craig Benson, double Olympian, and Ross Murdoch, Olympian and Commonwealth Games champion, of course, famously in Glasgow.
There's nothing like being optimistic to the end.
Well, it would be absolutely phenomenal if those records were challenged, and a great marker for us to watch anyone who challenges those records in the future. Let's see if anyone can get close. Marty McManus from Jordan Hill in lane 1 here. This is the boys 13-14 years age group. Marius Kringelis from Airdrie Academy in 2. Lewis McKenzie for Hill in 3. Calvin Brown, Elgin Academy in 4. Innes Crowe, Harris Academy in 5. And Callum Taylor, Mintlo Academy in lane number 6. Well, Lewis McKenzie was the favourite for this one, just ahead of Calvin Brown in terms of entry time, certainly going better, sort of further ahead of Calvin Brown as you might have expected. 1:18.80 for Lewis McKenzie. First of the 2 heats, of course. That will be the challenge for the second heat, will be to beat 1:18.26. Lewis McKenzie will take that one, and always nice to see an improvement on the entry times.
Oh, very definitely. As we mentioned earlier, you know, some of these times have been set in 25-metre pools, and sometimes converting a time that's been swum in a 25-metre pool up to 50 and expecting the swimmer to achieve it can be quite a tall ask.
See what this final heat of the 13-14 years 100 breaststroke can do. Could be a good contest between the leading 2 here.
So let's give you the lineup for this second heat. And we have Finlay Wallace, he's from Montrose Academy in 1. Finlay Cousins from Robert Gordon's in lane 2. Douglas Kelly, High School of Glasgow in 3. Daniel Saunders from Watson's in 4. Daniel Murray from Lady St Patrick in lane 5. And Cameron Allison from Strathar ASM Academy in lane 6. So as they swim away from us down the first length of the pool, it is the fastest qualifier, Douglas Kelly from the High School of Glasgow, who leads the boys into the term, 35.21, so he's almost a second up at the halfway stage. And as he begins to stretch, who's looking very strong coming down this second length, but hanging on to his heels in lane 2. That's Finlay Cousins from Robert Gordon's, that blue cap of Robert Gordon's. And his stroke rate, he's working really hard to get right up and on the shoulder. The big rangy stroke of Douglas Kelly in 3 versus the big wee short stroke of Finlay Cousins in lane 2. It's really tight. Also, don't exclude lane 4, Daniel Saunders. It could come from any of those 3 lanes. Who's going to take the touch? It is lane 2. Finlay Cousins from Robert Gordon College just pinches that at the wall, wins it by 1/100th of a second. What a race. Second place does go to Daniel Saunders in 1:14.22, and third place in lane 3, Douglas Kelly, 1:14.25, just 3/100ths behind silver. So 4/100 splitting first, second and third.
Well, one of the races of the day, that one. 1:14.21, 1:14.22 and 1:14.25, the top 3. And Finlay Cousins, well, he came back so strongly at the end there. It looked like the big rangy strokes of Douglas Kelly and Daniel Saunders were going to take it, but he sneaked in.
He was looking a wee bit like a wee wind-up bath toy. As he came right up and onto the shoulder, Douglas Kelly, and past him.
Well, that's
1/100th is all you need.
Absolutely, he will be the champion. You can see that big smile when he gets on the podium later.
So let's now go to the 15-16-year-old age group, and the first of the heats there. We've got Sam Glenn in lane 1, in lane 2 Theo Goodfellow, in 3 Sam Bissett, in 4 Ewan Gumbrell, in 5 Ben Morrison, and in 6 then McNally. So let's see what these boys can do, what sort of time they can set ahead of the second faster heat. Tis lane 2, Theo Goodfellow, who's the first one to touch the wall at the 50. 34.91 is his split. So he's got 0.7 of advantage as they come down this second length. And as they approach the halfway mark of the second length, behind him it's really anybody's game. Perhaps getting the best of the chasing bunch could be lane 4, that's Ewan Gumbrell. But still, Theo's been out in front from the start, and I don't know if anybody is going to manage to catch him. He's going to hang on in there. They're all trying hard over in 4 and 5. Ewan Gumbrell's trying to get in terms, Ben Morrison's trying to get in terms, but it is Theo that hangs on almost from start to finish. He finishes 1:14.62. Now we've seen the board clear very quickly there, so we'll just wait for confirmation of that one before we go any further. It could well be that the technical officials are just having a look at that swim and that result. So as it stands at the moment, Theo Goodfellow, we've got him, unfortunately we've got a disqualification, technical infringement in lane 2. So the winner in that heat is lane 4, Ewan Gumbrell in 1:16.05. Second place going to Ben Morrison in 5, and McNally in lane 6 takes third place.
Well, it's a shame, but the officials must have spotted an infringement of some sort. And second heat now has a target of 1:16.05 to aim for. Line up for this one, Lewis Downey from Beaconhurst in 1, Greg Fairburn from Christon in 2, Andrew McIntosh from Armadale in lane number 3, number 4 John Keane, Dale and Cameron Murray in 5 from High School of Dundee, Thomas Cannon from St Columbus in lane number 6. Well, we saw Andrew McIntosh swim very, very well earlier this afternoon in the 200, absolutely dominated that one. Can he do the same here? Can he double up in lane number 3? Andrew McIntosh in lane 3, ahead of John Keane now in lane number 4. It looks like McIntosh has got this one sewn up now. Coming away from John Keane in lane number 4, it's those two who are leading. Can anyone come back in the closing stage? It doesn't look like it. Andrew McIntosh could well take another gold medal to double up in the 100 and the 200 breaststroke, and it looks like McIntosh will take this one ahead of John Keane, who again will have to settle for the silver medal, and it is gold for lane number 3, Andrew McIntosh, silver again to John Keane, and the bronze medal for Thomas Cannon from St Columbus from the outside lane. Lane number 6 will take the bronze, so Thomas Cannon very pleased with that one, signalling to his supporters in the crowd here. 1:13.55 for Cannon for bronze, but it was a head-to-head as we saw in the 200. McIntosh and Keane, the same finishing positions.
Well, as those boys clear the water, we move on to our very last event. This is the 17 to 19-year-old age group, the 100 breaststroke. And looking at them behind the block, it looks like we've got just 5 of the 6 swimmers taking part in this one. No swimmer in lane 4. But we do have the gold and silver medalist from the 200. I'll give you the line-up. We've got George Clough in lane 1, Jack Green in lane 2, Cameron Muir in 3, no swimmer in 4, William Barfer in 5, and Ewan Leslie in 6. Well, the 200, it was George Clough that took the honours there. He took gold, Cameron Muir taking the silver, and Ewan Leslie taking the bronze. All 3 of those boys are in the water contesting this one, and it does look like George Clough out in lane 1. He's got a good start, and alongside lane 3, Cameron Muir. So Cameron Muir gets the touch at the halfway stage. He's 0.25 ahead of George Clough, and third place at the moment, Ewan Leslie. So it's George Clough, Cameron Muir for the 200. That was how they finished. But it's definitely looking like lane 3, Cameron Muir, who's going to reverse that order for the 100. He's looking strong, coming down the second length. He's got 10 metres to go. Cameron Muir is going to take this one. He's going to take the gold in the 100 to add to his silver in the 2. Outside lanes are fighting out for second and third. Second place does go to George Clough in lane 1, and third place, lane 6. And that was Ewan Leslie. So same 3 boys for the medal podium, just in a different order.
And Cameron Muir just pipped in the 200, you said, George Clough. Just dipping under the previous Scottish record in the 200. Cameron Muir getting his revenge there in the 100. George Clough, second position, Ewan Leslie there as well. So that's the final swimming action. It seems to be a quick session here.
It certainly is. That's less than 2 hours of action. And again, we'll have the podium for those 100 breaststroke boys. But and then there are a few trophies for best swims, which are usually worked out, I think, with FINA points, these ones. So as we just wait for the boys to marshal, we'll have the 13, 14-year-olds first, just as we have done all evening, followed by the 15, 16 and the 17 to 19. So you see Scott Haxton, the president of the Scottish Schools Swimming Association, just having a chat to some of the coaches on poolside. Scott also a coach for Arbroath St Thomas. So he's been, I think, sitting on his hands, trying not to get too involved with the swims in the pool, but I'm sure he'll have taken mental notes and be having a word with his swimmers as they turn up for training over the weekend. So here we go, we move to the podium, starting with those 13, 14-year-old boys. And we have High School of Glasgow's Douglas Kelly taking the bronze medal, with Daniel Saunders from Watson's taking the silver, and Finlay Cousins from Robert Gordon's College by that 1/100th of a second. With that little fast short stroke, he picks up the gold. And doesn't he look pleased, Paul?
He looks delighted with that one. What a great race, one of the best races of the entire day, and we had to save it until the third last race here. It was a fantastic contest between the 3 swimmers there. Finlay Cousins coming from behind just to sneak that win and take the gold medal in the school's title by 1/100th of a second. Absolutely phenomenal swim from that young man. And second presentation is for the 15-16 years of age 100 metres breaststroke. Thomas Cannon from St Columba's takes the bronze medal. John Crean from Armadale takes the silver medal, and Andrew McIntosh, William Wood represents, not Armadale as I said earlier, Andrew McIntosh taking the gold medal. Another gold medal for Andrew McIntosh. John Keane, another silver medal as well. So good swim today from Andrew McIntosh, dominated the 200, didn't have all his own way in the 100, but in the end he won by just over a second ahead of John Keane.
Okay. Another one for maybe for us to watch. What do you think, Paul, in the breaststroke?
Well, Scotland have had a great record in the breaststroke events, certainly in recent years, and of course in the past as well, with the likes of David Wilkie.
That's right.
So
I remember him getting his gold medal at the Olympics and breaking the world record, 2:15.11.
Oh, good knowledge, good knowledge.
Just that time is stuck in my memory.
Of course, he was at the opening of the Commonwealth pool when it was refurbished a couple of years ago, so still very supportive, David Wilkie, of swimming. Final presentation, Ewan Leslie from Grange, the bronze medalist. Gillespie's George Clough in the silver medal position this time, and Cameron Muir reverses the positions that they were in the 200. Cameron Muir of Grange takes the gold medal in the boys 100 metres breaststroke. That's the last individual presentation for an individual race. As you said, Rosandra, we do have presentations for the top boy and the top girl, and that's based on one swim. So as you said, it will be based on FINA points. So we don't really know who's going to get these awards, but we've seen some phenomenal swims today. We've seen some record breaking, especially tonight.
Absolutely.
Our good luck carried us through tonight's session. 5 records in the morning and the afternoon session. Angus Allison started us off with the 200 metres individual medley record this morning. Kiana McInnes, her first swim in the 100 metres butterfly, breaking that phenomenal record in the 100 butterfly in her age group. This afternoon, Iona McLeod in the 200 freestyle. George Clough there, we've just seen him on the podium breaking the record in the 200 breaststroke, and Lexi Waller in the 200 backstroke. And that was the 5 records prior to the events this evening. And the 5 records this evening: Mark Ford first up there in the 100 back, Kiana McInnes again, Nikki Miller in close succession with Archie Goodburn in second position, and Katie Shanahan completing the 10.
A bit of fun going on in poolside, definitely. I would hazard a guess that it's not a swimmer picking up a trophy.
Looks like the boys' winner, Mark Ford, 103.74 was his time in the 100 backstroke. And there's Mark. He's getting used to the top of the podium tonight. 2 golds and also a swim for the best boy, top boy in his age group, 13-14 years age group.
Somebody's been working hard on the trophies, getting them to that lovely shiny condition. I certainly saw one earlier on this morning and it was not looking anything like that.
A lot of people in the back room
beavering away, just like there's so many others that do beaver away in the background to allow us to be on the mics. And a great thanks goes to each and every one of them. These events really do run because of all the volunteers that each do their little bit. So on the podium there, getting a quaich, and that's Kiana McInnes. So I'm guessing that'll be for one of her record-breaking swim, perhaps.
100 or the 200 butterfly, both of them were excellent swims there.
And it's the next one we're going to see going up on the podium for his commanding swims in the breaststroke. That's Andrew McIntosh climbing up there.
200 was a very good swim, Andrew McIntosh, and he is the top boy in his age group. So well done, Andrew McIntosh. He's had a good day.
He certainly has. It's lovely to see as well so many of these swimmers still here at this late stage, because Friday night they'll be wanting to get home. Most of them will have training commitments of some sort over the weekend. And for some of the people down, we've got a long way to travel to get home.
Yeah, it's unusual to have this one-day meet, and
well, Andy Figgins is picking up this one. So, and now being asked to sign for it so that he can't just walk off poolside with it. Andy, a great supporter of the Scottish Schools Swimming Association, always does his very best to help us out. The event having had to move from Tollcross to here in the Dollan Bass, and he very much is instrumental in helping that transition go ahead. So the last presentation, it's Scott McClay. I hear his name being shouted out.
There'll be Nicky Miller for the previous award as well for the 17-19 years, and there is Scott McClay. Well, you've marked him as one to watch for the future. Scott McClay did a great 100 freestyle. That was an excellent time.
Probably the largest swimmer pick up an award and the smallest trophy. Just an observation. Quickly handed it to him as well was his coach, Anne Dixon, who's a past president of the Scottish Schools Swimming Association. He's just hovering in the background there in the navy t-shirt and bottoms.
Well, that is.
So with all those trophies having been handed out,
so that's the thank yous being given to the officials on the poolside, to everyone who's helped in the back room there. It has been an excellent day's action. Lots of record-breaking swims, some close contests. Maybe one of my favourite races right at the end there in that breaststroke. You liked doing that one, didn't you?
I certainly did like doing that one then, but I am biased towards the breaststroke, and Duncan's yet to persuade me to move over to backstroke.
Yes, Duncan's not a breaststroke fan at all. Anyway, that is the final action from here in Kilbride. Thank you very much, Sandra, for your company tonight. I hope you've enjoyed our coverage throughout the day for this Brodies 2017 Scottish Schools Swimming Championships. And it's good night for me from Kilbride, and good night from Sandra.